junior, senior, or any members of the bar had occasions to appear before my lord has treated in the same way. So on behalf of Advocate on Record Association, my lord, I share my best wishes, good health and prosperous retirement life, my lord. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Salve.
I've had the privilege of blowing Mr. Justice call as a colleague, appearing together, appearing against each other. Then before him in the Delhi High Court, then this court. Two things we always took away, three things we always took away. One was it was always a learning experience working with him. The second was a sense of joy and camaraderie. And the third, Marad, the Chief Justice will empathize with this. We used to have pan after lunch, which for people, even from our part of the world, is extremely important. It is always a moment of joy and sadness when somebody reaches the stage where you change careers from a sitting judge to other pastures. And your Lordship has had great achievements, great judgments, great moments. But my Lord, I must say the greatest achievement of your Lordship is today in this court on the other side. And I think that is what you must revel in the most. Our my Lord, compliments from the bar, our good wishes will always be with you, and they will be with you in a manner that you are not going to be left alone. With that, my Lord, I give you the tributes and compliments to the bar.
Mr. Vaidyanathan.
We have been in the bar and we've seen my lords on the bench. They're very pleasant memories. My lord's judicial tenure has been marked by a result-oriented approach and an acute understanding of commercial realities and business common sense. And my lord's conviction on importance of independent judiciary in a vibrant democracy has been seen very often. That my lords have demonstrated judicial and administrative leadership in Delhi, Punjab, Madras, and this Honorable Court, in filling up vacancies, in dealing firmly with unflinching stand against strikes by the lawyers. And I don't know whether it is because of that or in spite of that, my lords are very popular with the bar, as can be seen. No, my lords is very much at home in Madras and Tamil Nadu. But I think the high watermark in my lord's judicial career, I believe, is in trying to send a message to the High Court and the district judiciary about the importance of liberty and bail, not jail being the right, and to reduce the under trial population. And I wish this message percolates down even after my lord lays down the orders. And our best wishes, my lord.
Mr. Nagamoto.
Lord Honorable Chief Justice, Lord Honorable Justice Kaul, and other Honorable Judges. Lord, here I am standing to represent the people of Tamil Nadu, which is the second home for your Lordship. Lord, I had a rare opportunity of having been a judge in Madras High Court when your Lordship was our leader. Lord, I can declare here that the Madras High Court is well disciplined today. It is all because of the action taken by your Lordship when your Lordship was the Chief Justice. So the people of Tamil Nadu will ever remember your Lordship for bringing the glory of the Madras High Court. As when your Lordship was the Chief Justice, I had the occasion to work and also to sit with your Lordship. But it is my rare privilege to appear before your Lordship, here before this honorable court. I can only say that your Lordship will ever be remembered by the people of Tamil Nadu and people like us for the human service done to the people of Tamil Nadu. Lord, I pray to God Almighty, for giving your lordship a very long and happy life. Thank you.
I wish Mr. Nagamuthu had spoken in Tamil.
Mr. Rodgi,
May I just say a word? Lord, firstly, Lord, even children are crying. After your lordship's departure. And Lord, the popularity of a judge is also known, Lord, only from the bar, not from the colleagues of the judge. You also will see the multitude, Lord, here. We've had long association with Justice Kaul, Lord, from the High Court. And in fact, Lord, in my case, I can say probably, I don't know if the others will have, Lord, we are from the same school. So their association goes, Lord, a very long way. And I wish his, Lord, Lordship a very great future and a prosperous, Lord, second inning now. Because this inning, Lord, is not as prosperous, Lord, in other terms as it is. You know, Lord, wish the best to them.
I'm not the
I'll take
Lord's grandchild has not expressed a sentiment which your lordship has wanted to express many times.
Lord, I'll speak in Kashmiri. Lord, Jawala ji, to sehat, taraqi, to lesiu, faliu, tuh's wife, tuh's bache, grandchildren, timrujan hamesh khosh. We welcome Truth and Reconciliation Commission. That's a great thing. We wish you all good.
Please,
Thank
please
you.
translate in English.
Lord, may my Lord Justice Kaul be happy, prosperous with his wife, with children, with grandchildren, and he have a very successful life.
Lordship, why Master Abir is crying just because you not to go from this court? My good wishes for you, Lordship, for your health and for new journey. On behalf of the Supreme Court Bar Association Secretary, please.
Meenakshi, would like.
It's with sadness, but with great fondness that we do this send off. We're going to remember you for being fiercely independent, always having a pleasant demeanor, and yet being firm while protecting rights and issues which were close to your heart. And I think we'll remember you a lot for those. Thank you so much, Justice Kaul. I wish you a wonderful inning for the future.
Mr. Raju,
I endorse what Meenakshi has said about my Lord. It was always pleasant to appear before my Lords. Sometimes I was on the other end, but even when I was on the other side, on the wrong side, but the justice was dispensed with. I'm grateful for all the orders that my Lords have passed, especially for the downtrodden in one matter, that is Hira Gold, where my Lords were concerned about the small investors and took a lot of pains to see that the money is due to small investors are repaid. Not only the legal fraternity, but the small investors will also, the Lords feel sad that my Lords are getting office, but my Lords have tried level best to protect their interest. Secondly, as far as balancing between the rights of investigating agencies and, my Lord, the accused, my Lords have laid down a historic judgment in Satyendra Antil's case, which is being followed, and it will be followed for ages. And my Lords will be remembered every time the judgment is cited. I wish my Lords a happy, healthy, prosperous life. Lord, I wish all the best, Lords. I'm grateful.
Mr. Singh,
We're going to miss you on the bench, but we welcome you back to the family you belong to here on this side.
Dr. Singhvi.
We will all miss you, my Lord. Two very quick things. We've seen you from the High Court days, and what I admire very much is your attempt to make the case happen on the day you fix it. You carefully look at the date and then give it and try and make it happen on that date. Be heard. Secondly, you are an example of how good a transfer policy can be. The amount of warmth and overwhelming support you have from so many high courts. We have seen that, and I think that's a very positive side of the transfer policy. We wish you well, and we hope to see much more of you this side.
Just two sentences. The amount of rush would indicate that any judge who is a relief-giving judge is always popular at the bar. And Lordship approach has always been pragmatic. And Lordship have branded me a juvenile lawyer because of Lordship courtesy declaring me a juvenile justice. Justice declared me a remission lawyer. Lordship declared me a juvenile lawyer. It's all because of equitable and pragmatic approach. We really miss as a judgeship as a law.
Guruswamy.
Justice Kaul, thank you for your service to the law, both as a judge and from the bar. You will be remembered. Your legacy will be not just your many majority judgments, which have secured freedom in this country, but your minority judgments, which were acts of principle. What I take away, Justice Call, from you is that there was tremendous legal acumen, independence, a steely determination, and this wonderful appearance of benign sort of humility, which made all of us lawyers feel so comfortable. You will be dearly missed, Justice Call, but I think if there's anything I've learned from the morning, I think you'll be on your toes, because the youngest member of the Call family stole the show today, made a successful appearance in this court, and we hope to see much more. We wish you a wonderful next journey with your family, Mrs. Call. Thank you and your children. Thank you for sharing Justice Call with us, and we hope that you will remain with the law, Justice Call. Maybe a book, maybe from this side, teaching. I think there's much to offer. Thank you for your service, Judge.
Dr. Mr. Nethabara.
With the Lordships, it's a great pleasure to be here, my lord. I had the good fortune to appear before Justice Kaul when I was as a lawyer in the Delhi High Court. And I would say, somebody said, it's a relief-oriented judge. On all cases, His Lordship has been pleased to grant me relief. And my lord, I wish Your Lordship all the best. And I look forward a great support from Your Lordship for our reform movement as somebody representing the non-designated senior lawyers. Because all class 65, I consider in senior lawyers. And I certainly expect, I will be certainly approaching Justice Kaul for support for many of the reforms. I greatly oblige.
Mr. Tripathi.
I've had a long and extraordinary association with His Lordship from my college days. And I'll only end by saying what the great Khudai Sukhan Mir had said. That couplet applies entirely to His Lordship. Mat sahel hame jano, firta hai falak barson, tab khab ke parde se insan nikalta hai.
Thank you. Mr. Ahmadi.
I'll be very pleased. You'll be sorely missed by the bar. I remember as the junior lawyer, I often came to you for guidance in the Delhi High Court. I've seen you as a lawyer there before you were designated, then as a senior, then as a judge, and now as a judge here. We wish you all the best, and you will be sorely missed.
I think Yuga, you wanted to say something.
Just one word. Your Lordship has always been fair and lovely. And in addition to the jurisprudence given to all the courts, you've also been very contributing towards the mediation. And we are grateful for that. Thank you so much.
My lord, I had occasion and opportunity to appear before Your Lordships since 2004 in Delhi High Court. In many matters, it was a very pleasant functioning of the court. In view of the fact that I came from Bombay High Court, even Delhi High Court was it was like a home, and I was very much, my lord, pleased. Your Lordship's functioning was excellent, which gave encourage to junior lawyers. And now also, my lord, your contribution to, my lord, departing justice, Your Lordships have kept a stepping stone in this judicial history. I, my lord, wish that Your Lordship will have a very pleasant, happy and prosperous subsequent tenure. I'm thanking.
My lord has written that judges do not cry in that epilogue in Kashmir judgment, my lord. But Your Lordship's epilogue, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, has certainly brought tears to the eyes of those people who have become refugees in their own motherland, my lord. We are thankful always for Your Lordship's contribution for the judgment, my lord. And Your Lordship sitting in High Court, Perumal Murugan's judgment, that is even now, wherever he goes, he cites the judgment, my lord. It's a landmark, even though from the High Court. And we will always miss you, my lord. Wish you all the best in your retired life, my lord.
Yes.
Your Lordships, if I could just thank you on behalf of every young member of the bar in the Supreme Court, where it can be extremely overwhelming to argue SLBs which get rejected in less than a minute. Your lordships have always lent a patient ear and have always been encouraging at every step of the way. And that has instilled a lot of confidence across the young members of the bar. So for that, I'm extremely grateful and extremely thankful, Your Lordship.
We all and this temple of highest temple of justice will always miss Justice Kaul, and Justice Kaul's interpretation of understanding and interpretation is so much powerful. So I always attended when I got the leisure time. I always attended maximum hearings before the Lordship. All the best, Lordship, for your future Lordship.
My lords, thank you so much for encouraging us to argue before your court and giving us the confidence to appear before the apex court, my lords. To have the opportunity and not be intimidated and create the safe space for young members to argue, we are truly grateful. Thank you so much.
With great respect, my lord, I appreciate your lordship to recognize the first generation lawyers in your lordship judgment throughout life, my lord. I have been since 1984, High Court, I have been appearing before lordship, and that is the best recognition for the first generation lawyer, my lord. I am wholeheartedly pray your lordship's very good health, pleasant and retired life, lordship. Grateful, lordship.
Before I hand over the mic to Justice Kaul, may I only say that I share in the sentiments which have been expressed by the bar about not just Justice Kaul as the judge adjudicating upon cases, but the judge in charge of a court, hearing people with patience, having the urge to do justice, the desire to grant relief, the aspiration and the commitment to the cause of justice. To share with the bar very briefly, and I'll be speaking on this in the evening, Justice Kaul and I go back to the mid-70s. We were college students together, and I think it's a matter of great honor for me that we shared this very dais together with each other, whether it was in Puttaswamy, whether it was in the marriage equality case, recently in the Article 370 case, the arbitration judgment which we delivered just a few days ago on whether an unstamped agreement can be the subject of a defense under Section 11. We go back a long way, and we've stood together in trying times, in happy times. And I think Justice Kaul's friendship with me has been a source of enormous strength for me. Apart from that, I must share with you that when I had occasion to sit in judgment over Justice Kaul the judge, I have the greatest good fortune of having affirmed his decision to grant gender equality to members of the armed forces, the women in the armed forces, which eventually culminated in the judgment of our court delivered by me. Justice Kaul, you've seen the tremendous response from the bar on this, your last working day as a judge of the Supreme Court, in the Supreme Court on the dais, whether it's seniors, juniors, people practicing regularly before the Supreme Court, lawyers from outside Delhi who have come here to join you this morning. That just speaks about the wide appreciation, respect which you command from not just the bar, from our society. And I'm sure that in your new avatar, if I may say that, you will have plenty and plenty more to contribute to our society, because that, as I see in the morning today, is the expectation from you for the future. Sanjay, may I request you to say a few words?
Thank you, Chief Justice, brother judges, members of the bar. See, first, let me begin on a lighter note, because I always believe court atmosphere should be kept light. So I've never permitted anybody to disrupt my court, including my grandchildren. I've held court in difficult situations in different courts, but I felt that this is an institution and temple of justice which must remain open. That's something very close to my heart. Fortunately, Supreme Court doesn't carry that problem, but it permeates, and I think the legal fraternity of the Supreme Court owes it to the other courts and the guidance to make sure that courts function, because that's the expectation with which the litigant comes to the court. As a lawyer, I felt that wherever somewhat an adjournment culture was prevalent, it's a problem. I've always believed that the case must be taken up on the day it is listed. So At times, the bar has been cooperative in letting me list the matter a little later, so long as I'm willing to take it up. And that's the confidence, I think, between the bar and the bench. It must grow. I will, of course, speak in greater length in the evening. But when I became a judge, one of the judges told me that remember that in India, the litigant comes to the court as a last resort after he's been through the various processes and he finds that there are no solutions. If he owes 50, give him 55, don't give him 45, because with great difficulty he comes to this court. That's something I kept dear to my heart. I do not believe that we are the fund collectors for the government. Stakes are not important. What is important is what the principle of law it carries. And this court has administered justice as is expected without fear of favors. I had the fortune of being in court too, first as a second judge with Justice Charameshwar for more than 6 months, and then presiding over that court for 14 months with a very inspirational portrait in front of me. It is my belief that a boldness of a judge is a very important factor. If with the constitutional protections which we have, we are not able to exhibit this, we cannot expect other parts of administration to do so. The bar and the bench are, they work together. The Indian freedom movement was worked with many members of the bar. And therefore, the bar owes a duty to see that the independence of the judiciary and independence in various forms in the countries are protected and they stand up for it. Ultimately, there's no method by which the judiciary can stand up for itself. And I think it is the duty of the bar to support, yet correct the judiciary. It is often said the bar is the judge of judges. I fully appreciate that. At this stage, couldn't have asked for more. Sometimes I'm wondering whether everybody's talking about me or not in terms of the what they say. But I'm all I can say at this stage is that I'm going out as a satisfied man. I have many other bucket list of things to do. Law not certainly not being one of them only. And it is those bucket lists which I want to complete, fulfill. Of course, one of them is to spend time with my grandchildren. My children always cribbed about it. I hope the grandchildren will not. And law, in a sense, will only be, I feel, a smaller part of what I do after I limit office. But I go with a full sense of satisfaction. I've tried to do my best, or whatever I could. Sometimes it may be the best, sometimes it may not be. But the whole society works in a system where people must have tolerance for each other's opinion. I think that's the greatest message I would like to give. We are at a time in the world where the tolerance levels have gone very low internationally. Nothing to do with our country. Learns to live with each other and live with other species of this world to be able to adjust to it. So that the world. Thank you for all the benefits you've conferred on me and the confidence and the good words you spread about.
Should not the last say lie with the youngest member of the bar?
Sweet.